Hey, Tukoriada, my friend, I suspect you're doing good. And my suspicion is that life is fair to you, isn't it? So let's keep it that way. So you have a job, right? You work 2 weeks, maybe end of the week, maybe 2 weeks, bi-weekly, you get paid. And your expectations are always that on the certain day you get paid. That is the normal expectations. It's a procedure. You expect that. Things don't change that much. Why do you think I'm saying that? Michael Johnson is in the news again. GST. My man, Michael Johnson, hasn't delivered when it comes to prize money, the fees he promised the athletes in the grand whatever GST grand whatever series track slam. See, I forgot what it was. It's never good when there's a cloud hanging around a project. For me, I remember I was in Kenya the other day. When it comes to the time you have to pay your people who work for you, they are standing there, and there could be a riot when you don't deliver. When it comes to money, payday, pay on time. I tell you what, people depend on this money to do whatever they've been doing, or whatever they've accumulated, they incurred. They could be having expenses. They've had these things. Listen, I'm not here to teach you how money works. What I'm really alluding to is the fact that when Michael Johnson hasn't paid the athletes since Jamaica, that's about 3 months ago, April, yeah, about 2 to 3, he hasn't paid. And the Times newspaper in is London is running the headlines: Michael Johnson Grand Slam series track stars chase unpaid fees. These guys should not be chasing anything. That's the headlines. Why are they chasing their money? They ran, they sweat, they pull a muscle, they delivered for Michael Johnson. And then they were, you remember during the series, they were showing these placards, these fake checks. I don't know what they call them. This big thing you show. Oh, I got $100,000. It's just a placard. It's like elect whatever. It's like you just a sign on the side of the road. That doesn't mean that's where the product. This could be a scam too. Your $100,000, $200,000. Yeah, that was the price expected by these athletes. He hasn't delivered. This is my second show on that. And according to these Times guys, newspaper in London, millions of pounds of prize money are still owed to these athletes since Jamaica. And now the athletes have forwarded their grievances and their concerns to the World Athletics Association led by Lord Sebastian Coe. So we've gone from whatever grand to whatever you want to call it. Okay, this is amazing to me. I hope it's not a scam. I hope it's not another Ponzi scam that was put, because one of the most troubling things right now is that it's only Michael Johnson who is the face of the failure. Because I shared with you last time, guys, that some of the officials or some of these gurus that were part of the whole project have exited, fired, or I don't care. They've just abandoned the ship, and now it's sinking, and it might be sinking with empty coffers, no money. Michael Johnson might be standing there. These guys maybe have pulled their sponsorship. I don't know. And the speculations are very rife right now, because what I'm reading here tells me that something isn't right. Because, you know, to promise people heaven, and mostly these guys I'm talking of, even Sydney, McLaughlin, the other day, Bobby Kersey was concerned about the cancellation. Wanyonyi voiced his concern. Dos Santos, the Brazilian handler, voiced his concern. He hasn't been paid. This is not good. It's never good when people don't get paid on time. During my time, not to be braggy, but you finish the race that evening, you go to a hotel, there's an organizer or somebody who was in charge of the race or the event. They call your name, you go to the office, you get your envelope full of your cash. Back in the days, it was cash. I don't know how the agents work these days. Maybe they wire the money to the bank. Why is that not the process here? To me, it's mind-boggling. It keeps me wondering whether this thing was just a scam, a big-time track and field scam. If it goes down as that, I need more subscribers. I could be the voice. I could be the prophet. Listen, I'm just exaggerating. Hyperbole, man. You know what hyperbole is? Don't read my lips. They are sarcastic. So, according to the Times, there was money that was pumped into this project. $12.6 million was supposed to be prize money for the winners, whatever. It was 200,000, and then there's 100,000 available for each round of competition, right? Those were the legal framework. Those were the contracts that they signed. So far, nobody has gotten this money. It's a shocker to me. Uh, Let me read what they're saying here. On Tuesday, when is today? Tuesday, which is it Tuesday? Wednesday today? The GST sent an email to athlete representatives aimed at providing some assurance that they'll be paid. Email. Hear us. The email says we'd like to provide the following update regarding payments for the athletes, blah, blah, blah. Our plan is to make payments for Kingston prize money before the end of July. This is 3 months later. This is shocking to me. And the remaining payments due by the end of September. So we go from July, August, September. They had the money. They were given the money by the sponsors. It's right there. Why is the money not being released to athletes? Why does it have to go through this process, these tedious, this waiting? Why do athletes wait when they finish the race? Why do you give those placards that show that they had $100,000, 200, and they were on TV saying, "Look, I won $100,000." Is this what is this? The wheel of fortune thing? And then they have listen. I'm not trying to predict doom here, but there's doom in the horizon for me. So last week there were reports, blah blah, the staff were fired or laid off. One of the agents says it's still a bit vague. One leading agent said, if they have the money, which I'm telling you right now, which I think they should have the money, why can't they pay it now? Yes, I'm reading, but I'm thinking too. The money was in this box. It was supposed to be the prize money that you are saying you are giving to these athletes. Why is the money not in their pockets or their accounts? He continues, for some of these athletes, we are talking of a lot of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars. We just hope, this guy is even hoping it comes through as promised eventually. Eventually? Me thinks something is fishy. Michael Johnson, I hope my friend, he's not gonna be on the dock with dirty diapers and an empty coffer. Because first of all, he's been abandoned, and the thing collapsed. It seems to have collapsed in the structural process, in the structural setting that they had in the beginning, because people went, you don't lay them off, people just abandoned you. Sponsors pooled their money. Michael Johnson and his promises cannot deliver when it comes to the money now. Ponzi scam, or he was lied to? I'm following the story. More to be said later. But I'll end with some good news because we have a woman at the helm of the IOC, the International Olympic Committee. The first woman, African woman from Zimbabwe, Costi Coventry. I think I talked about 4 months ago. First elected president at the helm. The baton was passed on from, who was the president? Thomas Bach, the German, passed the baton to a woman. Good day, 41 years old, former swimmer from Zimbabwe, a country that's on its knees, yet there's a woman at the helm of IOC. What an irony, what a paradox, what an irony, what a paradox to look at. Zimbabwe can give us a president for IOC, and they're on their knees economically. What a tragedy. I'm just giving you a perspective. You don't know where Zimbabwe is? It's former Rhodesia, Harare, Bulawayo, those sides of Central, maybe more Central Africa. Yes, Costi Coventry, the first woman to lead the Olympic Committee, is a massive body, by the way. If you think women are not being elected in America because we are biased towards women, the world is saying, no, we want a woman at the helm. There she goes. Power to the woman, power to the women. Hey, Michael Johnson, I'll let you know how the story unfolds. I don't want to paint this guy as being one of the scams that we ever seen in this part of the century. I hope it doesn't pan out that way. But it doesn't look good when there's no money being released. If they get paid, I'll let you know when they get paid too. I got to be fair. The news doesn't look good right now. The cloud is heavy. Where is the money? Show me the money, Michael Johnson. Hey, next time we talk, we'll be previewing Prefontaine Classic. I'll be in town in Eugene. Hopefully, I can catch some of these athletes I've been giving a voice in Tukuriada. See you on the other side of the pillar, my friend.